This may be the saddest Trump rally ever. Well, to be fair, it's an anti-impeachment rally. It happened in Utah, and it turns out that it massively backfired after Trump supporters were quickly outnumbered by opponents of the president. Now, the Salt Lake Tribune's Lee Davidson reports that the Trump campaign and Republican National Committee this week held a rally outside the offices of Representative Ben McAdams. He's a Democrat from Utah, to get him to back off his support of impeaching President Trump. So now I don't know Ben McAdams. I don't really know if he's all that progressive, but as of late, there are a lot of establishment Democrats that have finally come around to being okay with impeachment when it comes to President Trump, because of course his crimes in doing campaign finance violations when it comes to Ukraine and asking a foreign country to investigate his political opponent, clearly illegal. So now, Davidson writes that this rally did not go as well as it planned, as well as they planned. Uh, when the freshman congressman's supporters and Trump critics showed up with about three times as many people. Ooh. This led to much butthurt. Trump supporters fumed to local news station KSL that they were badly outnumbered at their own rally. This is always fun. Uh, Trump supporter Cynthia Hardy says, quote, this, liberals are a little better at organizing. I can tell you that. What? What? No, actually, we're not. And so here's the thing, right? Usually, getting liberals and progressives together is like herding cats. I'm serious. We have almost no organizational technique, right? But what happens is that we get fired up. We get fired up, and then we're like, "Oh, you're going to do that? Okay, I'm going to get all my rowdy friends, and we're going to come over, and we're going to protest you." So, and this is the thing, right? This is the big difference between conservative, movements and protests, and progressive ones. And I'm not saying that there aren't great progressive planners out there. There totally are, and there are some excellent, amazing planned events. But I'm saying, in general, this is just regular people that are like, "Hey, wait a minute, no, we're not going to have this. No, I'm going to go down and I'm going to counter protest." And a lot of people feel passionate enough to do the same. But what happens usually on the conservative side is most people are paid to show up. That's why they always say, "Oh, paid liberals." No. Did you know that Donald Trump, before he caught on to the actual organic audience in the Republican Party, before his message caught on, he literally paid people to go to his first rallies. Now, I don't know if that's the case here, right? This impeachment rally, if they paid or bust people in, but remember, the Tea Party used to bust people in. So there is a history on the right of so-called astroturf movements where big donors, organizations will get people together. They'll pay them, paid actors, buses, etc. And again, I don't know if this is the case here, but certainly not the case when it comes to the counter protesters, which again are people that were just, are in favor of impeachment. As most Americans, 51% of them, according to a new Fox poll, actually are. So now, I love this net statement from Ms. Hardy. Part of it is we are just so used to being intimidated by the left that we're afraid to speak up. Intimidated. Okay, here's okay. This is fun, right? So you're intimidated by the left, the same left that a lot of Republicans are nothing more than soy drinking snowflakes. Always offended everything. Participation trophy so weak, unmanly. Jesse Lee Peterson says beta male. Wait, you Trump people are intimidated by us. Hilarious. Then who does that make the beta? Right. Okay. Anyway, look, she said anywhere in Utah, even, which look, Utah is Mormon, and Generally, Mormons are fairly conservative, right? Mitt Romney is Mormon. But one difference that they have with the rest of the Republican Party at this point, one big schism, is that Mormons were generally considered to be the outsiders. And so when they see the Trump people going after immigrants, it doesn't jive with them. They're like, no, 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 no. You don't understand. No, those we were those guys. We were the outsiders. And so they have an affinity with the people, with the immigrants that are currently being held on the border in horrible conditions. And so they don't agree with the Trump people on that issue. And so there's an interesting dynamic going on in Utah where there are people that are very conservative that are anti Trump. Again, a lot like Mitt Romney. So now, she said, I have a MAGA hat, but I don't dare wear it. I don't put a bumper sticker on my car because I'm afraid it will get keyed. So that's interesting, right? So you got to look at the fear, right? So what she's afraid of? She's afraid of her car getting keyed. Now, I don't think we should key people's cars for having a Trump bumper sticker, right? No, don't do that, right? But look at the difference, right? A woman just recently had a gun pulled on her by a Trump supporter for having an Elizabeth Warren bumper sticker. This guy, and I'm not going to say his name, pulls up to this Warren supporter, starts yelling at her. They yell at each other, and then he waves a gun in her face because he saw her bumper sticker. Come on, dude, really? And so, look, another, I guess, way to make my case is pointing out that the majority of domestic terror incidents were carried out by members of the right wing, the ultra right. The number of anti-government militias has increased, and yet this Trump supporter, they're worried about getting their car keyed. Whereas you have people on the left, you have minorities, African Americans, Latinos, that are literally worried about getting either arrested, harassed verbally, sexually assaulted, especially if you're a trans person or trans woman, who definitely gets sexually assaulted way more than anyone else, ironically in bathrooms. And then, all these different incidents of violence perpetrated by the right wing. And yet, oh no, it's a right wing that's supposedly intimidated by the super, super strong left. Really? Really? No, it's not at all equal. They fear kings and milkshakes on the right, whereas we fear mass shooters, which most of them all happen to seem to be right wing. So I just wanted to point that out. The two sides are not even. But getting back to the rally, as I said before, it seems to be one of the most saddest rallies that I've ever seen. And good on them. Again, nobody was violent. Yes, they were out trying to outshout each other. And at one point, apparently both sides were shouting the same thing. The truth will come out. Well, in that case, I think we all agree. Hey guys, hopefully you enjoyed that free video. Now I'm going to have to ask you a favor. Between the demonetization and the YouTube algorithm messing around with view counts, etc., we're having a hard time adjusting to the new YouTube reality, which is where you guys come in. See, we have a patreon.com/TYTNation set up to help us rely on you guys, the viewers, instead of big corporate ads. Look, you know the show. You know I'm not in favor of big corporations anyway. So help us transition away from relying on the ad model to pay the bills and sign up to be a patron, patreon.com/TYTNation. That goes a long way to help us keep the lights on. And you guys will know that you're supporting independent progressive media.